What's up, YouTube? My name's Michael Shurak, and you're watching Safe Haven Care and Quality. And if you could, I'd appreciate it a lot if you could hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up as you go along if you do like the content. I say if because everyone has their own opinion. I like what I put out. I love my animals, and I'm just trying to help y'all. So today I wanted to talk to and give you a quick overview of what it really takes to actually maintain and care for an entire rodent colony. And for now, I did just recently build a prototype because part of my business plan was to help other people out get into this hobby. And so I'm using my carpentry and craftsmanship to build these racks, and this is what I came upon with doing this for a year. This is what I came up with to substantially take care of a collection of 10 to 20 snakes. And that is a 7-tub tall breeding rack. And beforehand, I had a 4-tub that I actually built. No plans, just winged it. I don't know if you can see my bearded dragon down there, but she's just hanging out, sun kiss. But I built that about 2 years ago for my mice. I switched it over, changed the grits because mice to rats have different size mesh, and then I built this. Like I said, a 7-tub rat rack that has a nice water system. All of them get water. I even actually recently put lines, so those tubs over there are my African sulfurs. The top one has 7 babies because she was pregnant for the 2nd time ever. And then down there is a colony I'm trying to get started. Over here I have some more African sulfurs, but those are just feeders. They have their own water bowl and another water system like that. So as you can see, over time I made a huge drastic change from that to that. Something that people could actually have in their house that isn't terrible to look at and actually looks like a piece of furniture. And if you keep up on it, meaning clean it every week or as it needs, it shouldn't smell, because I live with my rats. This is my bed. My rats are right there. My lizards are there. The lights are off on that one because I'm redoing some wiring, and they're unplugged right this second. And that's my other one with my snake tubs there. Quick overview of my room. So you can see I don't have much space. You always need to be stocked up. I have 1 bag of pine, 1 bag of aspen, because I do a mix, 60-40 mix, 60% aspen, 40% pine. You do not want 100% pine because the oils can actually be toxic to the babies when they're born. And a lot of people don't realize that because they think the adults can withstand it, but when the babies actually are surrounded and have a bed made out of pine, the oils can be toxic because, as you see, they're naked when they're first born. And I do the 60-40% mix. And also when I see they're pregnant and about to lay, I put some Timothy hay in there so they can make beds for themselves. And just clean that. So that's a pregnant mom. 1, 2, and 3. That's the mommy to those girls, those babies. And that's 3 females in there. And where's the other one? Nope, that's it for that tub. Close that up. Make sure they got their water thing in. Oh. It's a lot of work. Once a week, I have to put at least an hour and a half to the side to clean 7 plus 4 tubs. So 11 tubs takes me about an hour and a half to pull them out, empty it all into a bag. That's a full bag of waste, basically. So every week you're gonna have to do that. And then every week you're gonna have to do that, and every single day, just pop your head in, check on them. Pop your head in, check on them. Now, I just did this the other day for this one rack. So every time I do it, I put the date, put the amount of adults, 3 moms, 1 stud. All 3 are pregnant. That means I can take the male out. This one, there's 4 moms, but 2 out of 4 moms are pregnant and they're about to give birth. And then there's 1 male, meaning I have to find a space for 2 males to go into. So when you have a rack, you should always have 1 empty tub to put the males in. And then you should have 1 or 2 empty tubs for grow outs. That's why I sort of kept this one, because I use this mainly as a grow out. These are just mediums, and these are just some mediums. And some other small ones that I'm about to pop in there. But I'm gonna clean it, obviously, because I'm cleaning everything. Even though it's not terrible, still clean it. Seriously, you don't want them starting to sneeze or achoo, 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 achoo. Oh, hear that sniffling noise? That means the ammonia is bothering them. That's not healthy for the rodent. So always keep on it, even if it doesn't look that bad. So I'm gonna clean this real quick. 2 things it's really gonna take to get through and to maintain a colony is your time and effort. That's number 1. And number 2 is some money, because of course you're breeding your own rodents because you want to save money, and instead of paying a few $100s each week just to feed a colony of 10 or 20 snakes, you're trying to breed and knock that down, so it's a fraction of the cost. And so you're going to need some money, and that's the second thing. So time, effort, that's number 1. Number 2 is money. And well, actually there's 3 things. You've got to have some knowledge of knowing what you're doing, because you can have a nice rat rack like that, but you could completely mess things up. You could have an overfoot, you could overrun yourself, or you could cut yourself short by not producing enough. And the way I do it, I try to have at least 3 breeder females in each tub. I only have 1 or 2 breeder males though, and those 1 or 2 breeder males I rotate. I put the male in 1 tub for 2 to 3 weeks, then I pop them into the next tub above. One male stays in 1 tub with 3 females for 2 to 3 weeks, trying to get them pregnant. Does get them pregnant within 2 or 3 weeks, believe me that. Then you pop them up, next tub does the job again, 2-3 weeks, pop them up, 2-3 weeks. Keep doing that, you're never gonna run out of a supply of rodents, and you're always going to have rodents growing in different sizes. And if you have 3 females, at least 2 should be pregnant within the 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even all 3. And if you have all 3 pregnant, that's going to be a lot of babies. And legit, oh, where did they go? All those babies, that was from 2 mommies. 2 mommies. And then there's another mommy back there cleaning some more babies. So when you have 3 mothers that get pregnant at the same time, you get a lot. That's 25 babies. And that's just what I counted in between the 2 moms. I didn't get to count the 3rd mom because she's giving birth right now, so I haven't been able to count yet. So it's over 30 babies from 3 mothers in 1 tub. I have a bunch of snakes that are small. Oh, I gotta change that water. I have babies. They eat every 3 to 5 days, and they rocket through all those babies. So it seems like a lot in 1 tub, but remember, you're gonna keep those babies at that size for about a week. Then as another week goes, then they get bigger, then they get bigger, and then you use what's left over for the other snakes as they grow out. So it's like a never-ending cycle of babies growing and having, like, You will get it down after a little while. It takes some experience of learning exactly how to do it. But I promise you, if you do it that way, putting the male and keeping them in each tub, well, a tub for 3 weeks, and then switching them, 3 weeks, and then switching them, you're gonna be heading in the right direction. You're gonna have rats that are giving birth all the time. You're never gonna run out, and you're not gonna get overflown. Because if you just put males to all these, like all 7 tubs at the same time, then all those mothers are gonna give birth at the same time. And then they're gonna grow up at the same ratio. And I'm telling you, you're gonna get flooded. Then you're gonna be like, oh, I need more rats. I need more baby rats. Guess what? They all grew up, and your mothers aren't ready to get pregnant yet, or they're not pregnant yet again. So you're stuck with these big rats because the babies grew out, you used what you could, and now you have all these bigger ones. So I'm telling you, please listen. Don't flood yourself. Don't put like males to each tub. I have 2 males because I have 2 racks. I'm going to get rid of one, and I'm actually doing tryouts for another. I'm doing tryouts for 2 males to see which one's more potent and which one gives more babies, because I do like to get the most for my buck, and my rats give birth to anywhere from 8 to 18 babies. And I'm not even kidding you. They have clutches. They birth about 16 to 18 babies normally. So I'm trying to find another potent male to continue that. And after they give birth, also give them a little break. Give them enough time to nurse these babies up so they can get weaned off and to go into a tub to grow out themselves. And then you give her a week to 3 weeks break, just like you would do for a female ball python. If you're breeding her, she locks, you give her at least 3 weeks before you lock again. So guys, I apologize about that. My neighbor just knocked on my door, just asking for something. But if you follow those directions, you do the breeding that way, you're gonna be heading in the right direction. And I'm telling you, leave 1 tub available so you can put the males in, because you're gonna need to give the females a break at some point. And then leave 1 or 2 tubs open so you have a grow out tub, because you're gonna want to put the weaned rats that are left over from, say, your hatchling ball pythons that grew out, not your ball pythons that grew out, but the rats, that, so you can't use them for them anymore. So you're going to use those grow outs and put them in the grow out rack. Then you're going to give your female a break. Alright, and then you can continue that cycle. But this is what I figured out to work for me. It's been working for about 6 months, because that's when I switched over to that process. I was trying to figure it out for several months to almost 8 months, trying to figure out how to do this correctly, because it was a learning curve. You know, I learned through experience. It took a lot more money than I liked, because I ran out one time, and then I had 11 snakes at the time. That cost me a lot of money to feed them, because I had to go out and buy food for several weeks before I had more pregnant rats to give me the size that I needed. So I learned a tough lesson there. And if you do that, you're gonna be paying for it. It was like $70 a week, and just what I had to dip into my savings to pay to feed my snakes, because I wasn't gonna let them go without food. You know, I'm just one of those keepers where I don't care. I will go without before my snakes go without. Just that simple, you know, like. But you're gonna need to always have bedding. You're gonna need to put your time, your effort into it. You're also going to need a rack. I forgot to mention, you're going to need a rack. Without the rack, it's going to be very difficult. And if you try to do it within using glass terrariums, like 20 longs, you're going to be cleaning glass all the time. It's very difficult to lift those up and shake them upside down to clean them out if you do it that way. Or if you just try to take handfuls out, you're using more paper towel and everything else. It's just... I did it in tubs with mice for my first year. Well, not first year, for my first 6 months of breeding rodents. It was a nightmare. It worked, but it was a nightmare. always cleaning. I didn't have any time to do anything else because I was always cleaning. So I built a rack, my first rack ever, right there. And it will be up for sale soon. If you're local to Westchester County, I live in Elmsford, New York. If you live local and you're looking to start breeding rodents and need a rack, a starter rack, let me know. But that is my prototype of what I'm going to be building and offering people that have collections of 10 to 20 ball pythons. Super helpful, and it'll take you miles. I mean that if you have a collection of 10 to 20, you're going to be spending a lot each week unless you're breeding yourself. But if you simply don't have the time to do that, because I know a lot of you do work, I work, but I work 3 days a week. My hours got cut a little while ago, so I do have the time. I have enough to pay my rent, and I have about $50 to $100 left after I pay my rent each week. That's not much. So I do other things on the side to make a little extra cash when I can. I do construction, carpentry, and now I'm trying to help people out by building stuff like this. I'm trying to follow my passion, and next thing I'm going to do is start building racks like this for people. Then after that, I want to build terrariums and tortoise tables. That's my buddy Raffy. He's just waking up apparently. He took a nice nap under the heat. But yeah, I gotta give him some greens. I just wanted to give you a little overview of what it really takes to breed your own rodents, because every single day I check the tubs, and I've noticed when you have pregnant or rats that give birth and you have babies, give them a little less bedding than you would usually give them, because when you have a lot of bedding in there, the babies get covered and lost, sort of, and it's like sometimes they go without getting milk for a day or two if that happens. Another thing I learned way in the beginning. So I give the ones that have babies a little less bedding when I change them, and I also give them a little Timothy hay in areas where I make little beds for their babies. So just keep in mind, you can also use paper roll towels, you know, the empty paper roll towels. I'm going to be putting those in. The grow outs love it. The babies love running through them once they open their eyes because they're curious, they're running. It also helps with chewing as well. So it's a little enrichment. But if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe. I'm going to be trying to put more content. I'm having a little difficult time through this time, so I've been having trouble getting myself to make videos, so I'm definitely going to try to put more content out there for you guys, and I hope this does help you in making your decision if you want to breed rats or not. I have a 100-square-foot room. I did what I could with it, you know. I built this rack because I couldn't do the tubs anymore, and it was just a lot of glass cleaning. So I'm gonna do another build soon on a rack like that. So if you would like to see that, let me know in the comment section, and I will definitely do a build video. I'm thinking of doing a build video for the ball python racks because I feel like that could help people too. But like I said, let me know, and please hit the subscribe button because I will be trying to put more content out there that can help you guys out. And I appreciate all your support because your support does help me go forward in doing this, and I love sharing my passion for this hobby, you know. These snakes, these animals, they're my everything. Even the rodents, I treat them well. All my rodents, even the feeders, they have really good temperaments because I treat them with respect. I don't scare them. I always have a good rapport with them. Like, for example, before you go, hey mama. Not biting me at all. Never have to worry about that. That's another good thing for your snakes, because you're not going to be getting this vicious freaking rodent that's going to try to tear it apart or fight for its life like no other. But the older the rodent, the more fight that it puts. So maybe the older your snake, is better to switch them to frozen, because your snakes can get damaged. That's the only reason I would think of switching your snake to frozen, is if it becomes an adult and you don't want that chance of it getting hurt, because bigger live rats can really put up a fight. But enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. I appreciate that a lot. Take care, guys. Safe Haven Care and Quality again. Pushing through, trying to get through all this. So, thanks for watching.